Hi, this is Joel Johnson. I want to talk today about reverse mortgages in our Money Wisdom question and answer series. And a few years back, there was a lot of confusion on reverse mortgages. I remember talking to my mom and dad and them thinking that if I go get a reverse mortgage, the bank will just take my house. Well, that's not how it works. And I think to better understand this, we need to compare a reverse mortgage to a traditional mortgage. So let's talk about a traditional mortgage. If I go to buy a house and it's a $500,000 house, I can put down $100,000 of my own money and borrow the other $400,000 from the bank. The bank gives the seller the $400,000. I give the seller my $100,000. Now I owe the bank $400,000. Well, what do I do to pay the bank back? I make monthly payments to the bank. And if I don't make the payments, the bank can come in and force me to sell their house, my house, and get all of their money back. Pretty simple, right? I make the payments. As long as I make the payments, there's no problem. If I stop making the payments, the bank can force the sale of the house to get their money back. A reverse mortgage is the exact reverse of that. So I can now take my house, let's say for instance it's paid off. I go to the bank and I say, I want to borrow $400,000 against my home. And they can look at the valuation of the home and say, okay, Joel, we'll loan you $400,000. But you don't have to make the payments. It's a reverse mortgage, so I don't make the payments. The payment amounts just accrue to the loan. So again, I start owing $400,000. If my first month's payment was $2,000 and I don't make it, because it's a reverse mortgage, I'm not going to make it, now I owe $402,000. Second month I don't make a payment, now I owe $404,000. But I get to keep the $400,000 and use it for retirement. There's no risk to me as long as I stay in the house. So the bank can't kick me out of my house. The bank simply gets the first amount of money when my kids sell the house, if I die and leave it to them, to pay the bank back. So again, reverse mortgage doesn't have to be a scary thing. It can be a great tool for retirees to get additional income in retirement or pay off other debt. It's certainly not for everybody, but this whole idea that the bank is going to kick me out of my house, that is not valid. The bank can't kick you out of your house as long as you're living in the house. If they underwrote the reverse mortgage, they're at risk. If that house is no longer worth what is owed to the bank, that's the bank's problem. That's how the product works. So it can be a good tool. Be real cautious. Get education before you go ahead and get it. If you enjoyed this topic and you want to hear more, just click on the link.